Fettuccine. I mentioned in another video, which I hope that you saw and liked and subscribed, because it's fun for me if people look at least at my stuff, that there is a certain assertive teacher rights against human rights. Because there are Universal Human Rights Declarations from 1948, in which the first article says, I printed out, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. They are, and now it comes, they are endowed with reason and conscience and should act towards one another in a spirit of brotherhood. The first thing is here, from the second sentence, that's the most interesting, because YouTube guidelines, in my opinion, YouTube guidelines abolished them. This is something that totally is the contrary of the gatekeeper theory. They, human beings, sorry, she is now in love. It's a dog, yeah, if you don't have a dog. They, human beings, are endowed with reason and conscience, so that you can trust and that people are able to think and to reason, and then goes further. A third thing is there asserted, and should act towards one another. So it's you can understand, because you're a human being, you are conscious, you have reasons, and you can act. Use it. That means act, like think. What? Thinking is the basis of human rights, because you can't grant somebody else human rights if you don't understand them. Here, Fettuccine has to be trained to walk and make heel. We have to understand not to kill each other. We would need to be trained to kill each other, like in a totalitarian system. So the most important thing is understanding. By censoring an opinion that you might not like, you refute that humans are conscious and can reason. Then another thing is what YouTube, in my opinion, totally abolishes, is Article 30. Yeah, which states, and now she's in love again. Then Fettuccine loves human rights and she's a dog. So imagine, how much should you like it? Article 30. Nothing in this declaration may be interpreted as implying for any state, group or person any right to engage in any activity or to perform any act aimed at the destruction of any of the rights and freedoms set forth therein. So, it is not a right to take somebody's rights. You not in the name of the human rights. And this is something that YouTube totally abolished. I give you another example. The freedom of religion is Article 18. In Article 18 is Fettuccine, me dejas? Yeah. Okay. Article 18 says everyone has the right to freedom of thought, conscience and religion. So everyone, there's a limitation, and the limitation is everyone. If you, for example, say, I want to revive the 13th century Aztecism, and therefore I take somebody else who is not in my group, paint in blue, and then I rip out his heart and throw his while he's alive, and throw his head down the stairs afterwards, because it's my kind of protecting the world from climate change. That was what the Aztecs thought. Why is this normally not allowed? Because it limits the Article 3, which says everyone has the right to life, liberty and security of the person. So you can't argument that in the order, if your religion demands killing other people, that therefore you can take from another person the right to live. Like, for example, a YouTuber named Ali Dava threatened the life of apostate prophet and David Wood several times.
Because people like you, little weaklings who leave their religion and cause corruption in the land by spreading it, the capital punishment in Islamic law would be applied to you. We have no doubt, and we're proud of that.
Without consequences, because YouTube said he's a marginalized minority and wanted to instead, practically saying Article 2, everyone is entitled to all rights and freedoms of forth in this declaration without distinction of any kind of race, color, sex, language and religion. That means everyone, not only marginalized, and second, it means also, for example, that the right for the majority is not a guarantee to take the rights of the minority, and the inverse also. When you as a group are against the Human Rights Declaration from the content, then you create this society, especially if you have an enormous influence. And then you live in a society as a human beings where you also don't have these rights. Should somehow concern you?